Hi, it's nearly Christmas, so let's go ahead and make some Christmas bells. Before I start though, I'm going to show you a different way of marking your fabric. Haven't talked about this way before, which is using old pieces of soap. So this is a great way again to, use up the last little bits of everything, so important in this environment. So I have some old soap here, and this little tool, it's been laying next to some chalk, so it looks kind of chalky, actually sharpens the corners of your soap. So you just run it along there, and it will also sharpen chalk. If you have the tailor's type chalk, if you have this kind of chalk, tailor's chalk, it will also sharpen the edge of that. So, and if your soap clogs this up a little bit, it's pretty easy just to run it under hot water and clear it out. So I've made a nice sharp edge there. Shouldn't have done that over my fabric, should I, that I'm going to use? Yeah, let me just move these off, make myself a space. And I put my little bell on there and just draw around it with this sharp little edge of soap that I've just made. Okay, so I think what happened there was I turned it around and didn't use the sharp bit that I was actually trying to use there, but that's a good enough line to cut the bell out. So I'm going to fold it in half, and I'm just going to cut that. I'm going to cut two at the same time. I want to use this little up as possible. I'm going to put a couple of pins in that so it doesn't move as I cut it. Okay, so I cut that shape out now. So I have seen people do this method for Sashiko. For me, it makes even sharpened soap. It makes too thick and not an accurate enough line that I would like to sew to. But for something like this, where you're cutting out a shape, that's plenty good enough. This line down here is better. I could Sashiko on that. Okay, that's my little bell on both sides. Move this out the way, and I'm going to cut one out the same in the red. And I think I'm just going to do a pattern on one side. I'm going to do just a little snowflake on there. I've drawn some little guidelines on here just to centre my bell for putting the snowflake on. I'm not actually drawing the pattern because this is a pretty simple idea. So I'm starting my Sashiko. Oh, not a big enough knot there. So I'm going to start my Sashiko here. Get a bigger knot. And I'm just going to make this snowflake as I go. So I'm kind of going to do a central cross kind of an idea. I'm just doing a central line first. Trying to judge and keep my stitches even. I'm just trying to judge and see whether, by looking at my needle, whether I can tell if those are going to be even, and I think they can. I want to do them all in one because I want it to be a nice straight line, so. Yep, that'll be fine. And the centre line between my stitches doesn't quite fall on the line that I've drawn, so I'll just use that as a guide to help me keep a straight line. But I want it to be equal top and bottom, so I'm going to do the centre of my stitches. When you're doing Sashiko like this and just working it out as you go along, the thing is that it's really easy just to take it out if it's not the way you want it to look, so it makes it a lot more fun. Yeah, that looks nice and straight and pretty square. So now I'm just going to put some diagonal lines across between those, and then I'll add some little points to make it look more like a little snowflake. I'm just putting the last couple of little stitches in here. Do you enjoy doing these little homemade projects like Christmas tree decorations? Always gives you something to remember when you decorate the tree. I like that. So I'm just finishing with a knot here and snipping my thread. And then the next thing we're going to do is attach that, oh, lost it, attach a little bell to the bottom. So I'm just going to sew some thread, well, use my needle to thread some Sashiko through there so that I can sew it in place. So I'm just tying a knot in the thread now that I've put it onto the little bell. That should be strong enough to hold it. And then I'll use the other end of the thread to sew it so that it looks like it's coming out the bottom of the bell. And I want it to be centered, so I'm just folding the bottom of the bell in half there and just marking it with a pin so I just know what place to actually stitch it to. Yeah, I think right there would look pretty good. So I'm just going to put a couple of stitches there to hold it in place. The inside of my bell looks a bit messy. Lots of carrying thread back there. Good job that part will be inside and hidden. Nobody will see it and be any the wiser. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. Take my pin out there. And now what's left is to sew my back and front bell together. I'm going to do a blanket stitch for that. And I'm starting right here at the bell because my thread is already joined there from sewing the bell in, and it'll also give it a little bit of extra security. I think the white blanket stitch around the edge will look nice and bright, especially in the Sashiko thread. This is a pretty simple stitch to do. The trick is just to make it nice and even as you do it. Try and make all the stitches the same size and the same distance apart. Just takes a little bit of practice, but it's not hard. So I'm just going to continue around here until I get to the place where I have to put the ribbon in to hang the bell onto the Christmas tree. I'm just using some very thin 1/4 inch ribbon. I've just made it into a loop, inserting it, and I'm just sewing it in place. So I've continued around, but now I have to stop and put a little bit of stuffing in this. I'm not stuffing it very much, just a little bit to give it a little bit of shape. And so for this, I've got some leftover batting that I've torn into little pieces, and I'm just putting that in little piece by piece until I've got it to where I want it to be. I think that's about right. So I'm just going to get my needle and continue now doing the blanket stitch all the rest of the way round. And as a finishing little touch, I'm just adding this little silver decoration at the top. Just put a few stitches in that to hold it in place. And then at the same time, while I've been making this, I've also been making a red one. I've just used this exactly the same pattern and everything on it. But, you know, you could make all kinds of little shapes and everything like this and decorate your tree. And I'm planning to make more because it was kind of a fun little quick project. I think one of the best things about Sashiko is its versatility. You can just do so much with it. Okay, all finished. And there's the red one hung up next to it.